Welcome. It's another beautiful day. Let's watch some stuff.
Sandra Bullock in Oprah's skin routine, it is absolutely disturbing.
Is one of Oprah's favorites. She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle cure. So I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I'll do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human
Look, the
foreskin.
wrinkles has just disappeared. I can't even ball my hand up.
But so it's made from human foreskin.
What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Nah, this is just wrong on every single level. Did you just hear what Ellen DeGeneres said?
How disturbing is that? Right? The medical industry just continues making money on you. So it costs, I saw something that costs between $800 to $1,500 for a circumcision. This is a medical procedure, surgery even. And then the foreskin is saved and sold to these skincare companies for your wrinkle cream. Yeah, you're rubbing that on your face. It's gross, right? Yeah. Things you wish you didn't know. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, let me know down in the comments below. If you're having a good time, please hit that like button or consider subscribing and come back tomorrow because I'm making a new video every day.
Why why are they so interested in going to Phobos?
This is my question, John.
When NASA is not. I think they sent Phobos 1 first, which disappeared. Then Phobos 2 disappeared. After Phobos 1 disappeared, like 1988, it got lost. They just lost radio contact with it. 5 days later, they sent up Phobos 2, and it got into Mars orbit in 1989. And as it was going towards Phobos, lost contact with it as it was going to Phobos. And so these photographs, right before it lost contact, were received. And the photographs show some very strange things. They show almost what looks like a projectile. They also show what looks like a very large saucer-shaped craft.
Is this a shadow? If it was, what was causing that shadow? Because there's nothing there on the surface that could have caused that.
Marina, the Russian astronaut, said that it's not a shadow. Other scientists chimed in too. This is not a shadow. They had the ex-Army remote viewers out of the DIA do a project on it to find out what happened. And they said that alien craft came up from Mars and basically shot an energy weapon at Phobos 2 in order to incapacitate it and destroy it before it got to Phobos.
So I heard a little bit about Phobos. Obviously, I don't know very much about Phobos, right? I know that it is not circular. It's like kind of potato shaped, and it's believed to be hollow, kind of like the theories about our moon being hollow, like it's some kind of base, like because it's super small. Phobos is really small. I think it's only like a few miles wide, right? Or maybe it doesn't, something like that. It's not very big at all. And they think that it's hollow. So maybe aliens are posting up there too. And they didn't want us knowing about it. So they shot down that little satellite going out there trying to figure out what's up. What do you think? Do you think Phobos is hollow, or do you think it's just a bunch of hooey?
We're polluting the environment, killing people with cancer, and they are sitting on transformative energy that might be 1 cent on the dollar. Plus, we have evidence that we have in fact reverse engineered antigravitic propulsion, and we have our own saucers.
As we get a better understanding of the nature of reality, I believe that what today has no scientific explanation at all is going to be accepted as a scientific norm in the future. And when that happens, it's going to change the face of civilization on every level.
So for decades, we have had antigravitic propulsion, but it is not known or available to the public because to do so would result in ending the truth embargo, and therefore it must remain sequestered. The most important question of all regarding the ET technology is, have we mastered and even reverse engineered the energy system that drives those craft? We're pretty sure it's not oil, gas, or coal. In fact, our own physics points to the likelihood that they have finally figured out how to tap into the ground state fields. If they have done that, it is a paradigm shift of such magnitude, it's almost impossible to describe. What if
So a couple of things really caught my attention there. They're talking about power at the very beginning. I know that there's 0 point energy, and I've heard that multiple scientists that have been working on this 0 point energy have disappeared, and their patents have been confiscated by the government. So that's an interesting little fact. But also with this anti-gravity power, remember about a month ago when Under the Desk came out with that PSA for Trump when they were trying to talk crap about Trump and his plans, and how one of his plans were to invent the flying car? Kind of makes me think that he saw into the underbelly of what's being hidden while he was president. He knows that power is available. He knows that that technology is here. We have it, and he wants to use it. So I think that's an interesting bit of coincidence right there.
Most mysterious giant cave door entry open. A mountain climber accidentally opened it while rock climbing.
You guys asked for more.
Meanwhile, another cave door mysteriously opened on the south side of the mountain.
Out in the middle of nowhere with this big stone porch. In giant proportions. And there it is. In the Canyonlands. In the valley from...
Could there be different types of beings in there?
Follow to see more videos that will make you say what the fuck.
So the family was over last night, and my brother-in-law actually told me about this particular story where there were giants seen opening giant doors in the sides of mountains. And of course, I'm like, yes, let's look into that. And I've heard stories about the Nephilim, or Nephilim, however you want to hear it, living inside of mountains, and military teams being taken out by a giant red-headed beast, And this is a little less like destructive. It's showing like it's like a straight wall on the side of the mountain, and then the door opens. That's really cool. Like, who was going to go in there and move all of that rock, right? It just can't be done just for a picture like that. And in multiple locations, there's got to be giants. I think there might be giants.
Hello everyone, Rudy here. Let's talk about the intriguing case of a mountain giant that was witnessed by TikToker user RBD Cell. I've come across what I considered compelling evidence indicating that the mountain door has been in fact opened. By comparing a Google Street View image from 2013 with recent content, I observed a significant difference. The top picture sourced from a TikToker's drone footage shows the door depressed into the frame, while the 2013 Google Street View screenshot reveals the door pushed out. This contrast strongly suggests a noteworthy change in the door's position over time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
It does kind of look like it may have been moved, right? Like that stone area may have been pushed out, opened or closed at one time. It's a little creepy, right?
The United States of America is making moon trains. We just awarded a bunch of money to Northrop Grumman. Out of a dozen competitors, we chose them to help us build a space economy. Yeah, you heard that right. We're going to build a space economy. One of the 6 areas needed for future growth on the moon is power, which is why I believe we have this new all of a sudden moon race coming out of nowhere. And coincidentally, this new 10-year initiative matches up with this. This new moon train is meant to transport humans, resources, supplies from moon base to moon base. We don't have moon bases yet that we know of, right? So we're making stuff up for stuff that we haven't made up yet. We're also doing this to save the environmental aspect of the moon, because when humans step on it, there's no environment, so the moon print stays forever. Train tracks there's only one train track, no human tracks. We wouldn't want to offend the Martians. On top of this, right, the government is giving all this money to the private sector, who is then going to use Elon Musk's SpaceX to try and launch all these materials up to the moon. Okay, so just to recap here, China and Russia have a 10-year initiative to build a power plant on the moon. The USA comes out and says we have a 10-year initiative to build a train on the moon, and then we're going to use these private sectors to do so to build a space economy. Go America.
When I originally saw the story, I saw this guy.
For anyone not paying attention, the United States just secured funding to give taxpayer money to Northrop Grumman to put a f***ing train on the f***ing moon!
Yeah, I couldn't use his footage because it was just, I had to bleep out too much. But this one was just as good. Particularly, I am interested at the beginning where there were 12 competitors. There was 12 people. There was a competition for companies to build on the moon. And did anybody know about that? Did we get to vote on this money that is being spent on this? No. Are any of us going to be able to ride on this train? No. Do we have problems here that could be better addressed with that money? Yeah. That's okay. Moon trains, y'all. Moon trains.
Am I psychic? I don't know. I didn't know nothing about no Chick-fil-A making no video. When I made my video, my word as a man, I ain't know nothing about that. I just go off my research, right? And I told y'all, I said, man, there's not enough chicken in the world, especially not in America. Think about it, for every mom, pop, store, restaurant, every corner store, every gas station, every KFC, every steakhouse, every restaurant, period. Every restaurant that serves meat sells some kind of chicken in the United States. That's not possible. There's not enough chickens. So now we got Chick-fil-A coming out here, right? Finally admitting it. We ain't using meat. It's lab stuff we serving y'all. They say this is the year of exposure, right? Okay. Putin then told the world that Jesus was black. Chick-fil-A now coming out and say, we ain't been serving y'all real meat, and we won't be serving you real chicken for the near future. It is what it is. Here's the crazy part. I want y'all to give me a percentage of the people you still think gonna go to Chick-fil-A. Now think about this. Y'all being told by Chick-fil-A, you're not being served real chicken. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Hello, I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Hello, Chick-fil-A. It ain't me saying it down. It's Chick-fil-A telling you. You have not been being served real meat. And you won't be for the foreseeable future. Hey, look, American people. Now let's judge how we view the American people. What percentage of that the American people you think are gonna see this video and hear that from straight from them and still line up and say, I want a chicken sandwich?
What video is he talking about? Because I have not seen a video about Chick-fil-A saying that they're serving lab-grown meat. That's insane. I did a video about lab-grown meat, and that's disgusting. You want to check it out? I'll put the link down below and go check out how lab-grown meat is grown. It's fantastic. But I had no clue. But he does make a good point about how many chickens there would have to be, because there is chicken everywhere you go. And I know like chickens grow relatively fast, right? They grow from a chick to eatable in a relatively short period of time. And by the droves, I know farmers just have like huge area, just chickens on top of chickens for eating purposes, right? But that is still an awful lot of chickens for there to be so much chicken at all these places, right? Yeah. Another thing that he mentioned was about Putin coming out and revealing that Jesus was black. I did a video on that one as well, so the link is in this description below. Check that one out as well. And I'm gonna have to go find this video about Chick-fil-A serving not chicken.
Imagine this scenario. The U.S. government obtains intelligence that hidden somewhere in central Iraq is an actual Stargate, placed there by the Anunnaki gods of ancient Sumeria. This device employs time travel technology and permits individuals and equipment to pass into another dimension outside of the space-time continuum. Once there, it is possible to travel across the galaxy or into another galaxy instantaneously, and then pop back into space-time on another planet. The government also learns that Nibiru, the 12th planet, is due to make its return passage through our solar system on its 3,600-year orbit in a matter of months. In this scenario, when Nibiru is closest to Earth, the Anunnaki, the ancient huge hominoid gods of Sumeria who built the Stargate, would, it seems likely, take the opportunity to travel to Earth through that same Stargate and will set up their encampment in Iraq. By default, this will have the effect of propping up the current regime. U.S. government leaders know that such an eventuality must be prevented at all costs, so they decide that with the help of extraterrestrial allies, they must invade Iraq and close the Stargate.
The way this video was formatted kind of feels like it's a PSA as to why the Americans need to go into Iraq to capture and close the Stargate, just in case the Anunnaki decide they want to come back, even though they have ships and they could just take their ships to Earth. That's what they did. That's how they get here. But as far as the timelines, the Anunnaki are supposed to be coming back like now, right? And it says it's in a few months, yet it was a PSA for back before we went into Iraq and got all stupid in their country, right? So it's a little off. I did another video also about the Stargate in Iraq. So if you want to check that out, that link is in the description below as well. And on that note, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate your time. I'm going to put my cup down. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.